Hello and welcome to Hidden Video Game Details, the series that aims to show you the things that you may have missed in your favourite games and that I think are really cool. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoy these videos and be sure to leave your suggestions in the comments down below. So in the last episode of this series, we found a very funny tub of, I swear to God if this isn't butter, I'm seriously going to lose it, in another crab's treasure. The joke was that there is a real life brand called I Can't Believe It's Not Butter that tastes so good that you would think it was butter. Apparently. Well, a couple of you actually checked the ingredients on the back of the tub, and I'm pleased to confirm that these are the ingredients for salted butter. Oh, and speaking of that last video, do you remember the really cool idle animation that saw Krill playing with a health item? Well, loads of you asked what happens if you go idle but don't have any health items to play with. Well, I can now reveal that nothing happens. Krill doesn't do anything and just stands there, which is really underwhelming. Now, I somehow missed the fact that Another Crab's Treasure was developed by the same team that developed the brilliant Going Under. Longtime viewers of this channel may remember Going Under as the game that allowed you to see inside of your character's head where you could find a brain wearing a crown. Well, Another Crab's Treasure has a similar sort of detail. If you position the camera just right, you can actually see the beating heart of Krill, which is really cool. Finally, if you look really closely and ignore the slightly blurry texture of this receipt, you can see that below the pharmacy's name are the words CND's Nuts. And I don't know about you, but I love D's Nuts jokes. So a game that I'm really looking forward to is Crime Scene Cleaner. You can play the game now thanks to a Steam demo, but its full release is supposed to be sometime between now and June. So fingers crossed we get an exact date soon. Anyway, the demo sees you cleaning up a mansion, but before you head to work, your character actually wakes up in his apartment. There's not much to see or do here, well, apart from greet a really good boy.
Who's a good boy? Sorry, Dexter, but it's no time for a walk. Dexter, what are you doing up, boy?
The other detail that I found in Crime Scene Cleaner is actually kind of funny. When cleaning up a crime scene, you can sometimes find money that you can keep. I mean, who's going to notice it missing if everyone is dead? Well, when I pick up this note, it's worth $100. So far, so normal. However, when exploring the basement, you can find a big old pile of cash. But not everything is as it seems.
Wow, looks can be that deceiving?
So I'm not sure what currency this is, but it's only worth $2, which is very disappointing. Actually saying that, if you keep on picking up the money, you will eventually be rewarded.
Yes, totally worth it.
So after stupidly saying that Fallout 76 didn't have a lot of skeletons to find, I have been inundated with messages from people telling me that they have found an interesting skeleton in the game. Today's Fallout 76 skeleton can be found at the Civic Center. So these two skeletons appear to have been mid-fight when the bombs dropped. I'm sure you've all seen videos of sports fans fighting in a stadium, and 9 times out of 10 those videos feature someone falling over the chairs, just like we see here. Oh, and in the same area as the fighting skeletons, you can also find these guys. So someone in a previous video said that they imagined that these bears are posed like this by a bored raider. And that's a Fallout game I want to play. Now, despite being considered the runt of the Halo family, Halo 4 does have some pretty cool details. For example, in the mission The Composer, you can find 2 Marines having a problem we've all faced before, that being inverted controls.
We need to test the Mantis.
Can you try looking up for me?
On it.
Ah, come on. Who's the idiot who inverted the stick?
There's a switch in the options panel you can toggle.
Yeah, I just found it.
Way better.
It just doesn't make any sense. This thing's a mech, not a fighter.
So every now and again, I like to hop back into the world of Red Dead Redemption 2 to remind myself just how good of a game it really is. This time, instead of playing on the PC, I decided to play the Xbox version. Now, that's not because I'm some pretentious YouTuber who claims that playing at lower frame rates makes games feel more cinematic. No. It's because I added a Joker face paint mod on PC and I don't know how to remove it. Anyway, the first detail from Red Dead 2 is one that I'm hoping someone can explain. If you head to the station in Rhodes and point your gun at the people there is a chance one of them will say this.
Talking about that boy you got killed in Rhodes. Greedy to have them all shook up.
That comes as no... No! You can't shoot me. My wife is having a baby.
Shut up!
I'm gonna run away now, okay? Heaven help me!
So the man claims that you can't shoot him as his wife is pregnant. I mean, I don't know if this is related to a side mission in the game or not, but if anyone can confirm if the man has a wife who is pregnant, it would be appreciated. Now, a favourite detail of mine are the fish tanks that will drain to the point that you shot, as seen here in Splinter Cell. Well, whilst not quite a fish tank, Red Dead 2 does have something similar. If you shoot a trough, the water will drain up to your bullet hole.
Enough of that, I'm fetching the law.
I know this is a basic detail, but what can I say? I'm a basic man. Speaking of basic, something that I noticed just the other day is the way that Arthur drinks a beer. So ignore the man talking Arthur's ear off and just pay attention to Arthur's throat.
More of a friend of the rustlers than any working man. And does Sheriff Malloy do anything about it? Of course he don't. They're all in it together.
So Arthur's throat will realistically move with each gulp. I mean, I guess it moves a little too fast, but it's still damn impressive. The final detail for today's video is my new obsession. Have you heard of greet, antagonize? Well, if you haven't, it's the simple steps of greeting an NPC a couple of times before antagonizing them. Now, you might be wondering what makes this so special. Well, it's better if I show you.
Hey there, partner.
Evening to you.
Your face looks familiar.
Oh?
Reminds me of the last time I lifted my horse's tail. Excuse me, partner.
Evening.
I can't seem to catch a break today.
Take it one day at a time.
Just keep running into prize idiots like you. Mister,
Evening.
that's a fine horse you got there.
Thanks.
How long you been married?
Did you say something?
Evening.
I sure hope your hell-raising days are behind you.
I ain't looking for trouble, I assure you. But keep talking like that and I will be, okay? Hey, mister.
Evening, mister.
If you can't treat people with respect, what's the point, I say?
Is that so?
Although, you hardly command respect.
Well,
Not to you, too.
Don't you just brighten up a girl's day.
I'm just in a friendly mood today for some reason.
How good.
Normally, I'd have called someone like you an idiot by now.
You kiss your mother with that mouth?
Ma'am? I've had better days, that's for sure.
I'm sure it won't last long.
But I look at you and I know things can always be worse.
Don't mean much coming from you.
Madam, back here.
Good evening, mister.
Watch yourself. Some bad people around here. Sap like you will get eaten alive. Evening.
Oh, my lucky day.
Got your work cut out for you tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, you really the best these fellers can get?
Hey, that's no way to talk.
Hey, folks.
Hey, they're good looking.
Motley bunch of fellers around here.
Mm-hmm.
So, even you might land a customer.
Hey, you keep your thoughts to yourself.
And I'll say hello to you.
Evening.
This is turning into one of them days.
Huh?
So go away. Last thing I need
Gonna
is look.
tear you apart.
So I love how Arthur will relate his insult back to his initial greeting, and some of these are hilarious. Let me know your favourite greet antagonizers in the comments down below. So that's it. If you know of any cool things in games that you think I should check out, then please leave them down in the comments. Big or small, obvious or not obvious, if I think it's cool, I'll include it in a video. As always, thank you all for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.